Well, well, well.
Holler, holler, holler.
What's going on, everyone?
I holla.
Do a little bit of a roll call till people get settled in.
I'm here.
Normally,
That's what matters. I'm here.
as you know, normally I don't like to do a Sunday night, but I thought this one was.
My God, it is fucking Sunday, isn't it?
Yep.
See, you got me all screwed up because we didn't do one last night. That's why I didn't know it was Sunday.
Yeah. Plus, I wanted to do one because we're going to have interviews with city commissioners this week, and I know you won't necessarily participate in those, so just wanted to make sure.
All I got to say about that is if you want something different, you need to do something different.
Yep.
Don't keep voting for the same motherfucker because you're going to get the same fucked up shit.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Besides that's my takeaway on it. And if you want me there, I'll say that every fucking night. Yeah, I don't care if the motherfucker there or not.
How's your Sunday? Besides that, how's your Sunday going, Bam?
Well, I made ribs last night, and I'm notorious for, throwing the dishes in the sink and letting them hang out there until I had either one have the energy to go and do them. And I'd planned on doing them today, but I had a really bad asthma attack earlier today, so I didn't get to the dishes. So they're still sitting in the fucking sink.
Hey, Lola. Abel. God, you made it.
Not missing everybody. I got Mel, Abel, Lola.
Melissa. Thanks, you can watch live.
Did a Hilda come in yet? I haven't seen any of the Hildas, but then again, I was talking, wasn't paying any attention.
Hey, Mel. Welcome, Hilda Garcia. Welcome.
Hi, Hilda.
How's everybody doing on a Sunday night? Everybody relaxing or getting ready for the week or having dinner? Do you finish dinner? What's going on?
I had Happy Panda for dinner.
What the hell's Happy Panda? Chinese? Oh, gotcha.
Happy Panda.
Oh, Panda Express.
Yes, he just looks happy.
I wouldn't call that
he's a happy panda.
I wouldn't call that Happy Panda.
He is a happy panda.
I love pandas, don't get me wrong. I love that video of that panda.
So fucking cute.
Panda eating a carrot, a big giant carrot. He's just chomping on it like without a care in the world. I love it.
Pandas are awesome, but they are the meanest motherfuckers out there.
Hello, Rosie.
Rosie! Hey,
Paul. Finally got Paul in here. Not too late of a show before he goes to bed.
That's my dad's name, Paul. Well, was my dad's name. Well, I guess still is my dad's name.
Paul's a working man. He's got to be asleep at a certain hour. Got to cross that bridge at a certain hour. Got a decent trek to work.
Hi, Hilda.
3-day week. Oh, then off to Ohio Thursday.
We're at in Ohio. I used to live in the Natty.
He told me where in Ohio. He'll mention it in a second. What's up, Steve Rodriguez?
Steve-o. That's Green Arrow. Is that Green Arrow? Am I right?
Green Arrow? Was that a comic book character?
Yeah, I think DC.
Super lazy day, ready for the work week. Yeah, I wish I had a Monday through Friday. I'm working on making some changes, but it's not just yet. So my Friday or my Sundays or my Fridays happen at different times during the week. But I get you guys. I had salmon and rice bowl.
Two things I hate the most.
Salmon and rice.
Well, rice reminds me of maggots. Salmon is just ew unless it's smoked.
What up, Joe? Gentlemen, and I use that term loosely. I get you.
Especially when you're referring to me, because I am not a gentleman.
There you go. Defiance, Ohio.
Hell, that sounds like whole damn state.
Ah! Si, senor.
Si, senora. Hi, Hilda.
Welcome to a Sunday night. Welcome.
Nadia.
Welcome. Love me some Happy Panda. I like the video of the baby panda sneezing and startling the mom, staring the mama panda, making her jump. Oh, scaring her. Yeah. I thought that was funny. That is funny.
Pandas are some amazing creatures, but they are the meanest motherfuckers out there.
They could be vicious, but
Oh
when
yeah,
you watch
they'll tear a human apart in a New York.
you watch
second.
that panda chomping on that carrot. You ever seen that video? It's just a headshot and he's just
Uh-uh.
chomping on that carrot.
Never seen it.
It's so freaking adorable, man. I want one. I want a panda. I want a real panda.
Good luck with that.
There you go. Look at that profile picture.
Oh, it's Mr. Potato Head.
Lazy Sunday just here eating some white rice with kimchi.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
She's got lipstick. It's Mrs. Potato Head. Or parental unit number. No,
wait a
that's
minute.
birth unit.
Is that Mr. Potato Head in drag?
That's Mrs. Potato Head. They came out with a Mrs. She had little white handbags. She had big old white shoes.
Hey, Cynthia.
They came out with the
Sunday
Mrs.
night.
because they figured the Mister was lonely, so they gave him a wife.
I see. Because I was going to say, here, let me go back to it. You know, that could be Mr. Potato Head in drag, makeup.
Could be, but it ain't.
A blingy hat. I saw the Craft Legacy last night with my daughter. We loved it. We think there might be a part 3.
Yeah, the Legacy Craft was actually pretty good. I was kind of disappointed that it didn't. Well, Nancy was the only original one in it. She's still in the insane asylum. He made me fly.
Hey,
he
Felicia.
gave me powers.
Felicia, what do you? She wants to know what you're eating, Bam.
Felicia, I am eating my Happy Panda
fortune cookies. Did you get a good fortune? Did you read that one already?
I read that one already. I said good news is coming soon.
Remember, the key to the fortune cookies is to read the fortune before you eat the cookie.
I always do.
Don't just chomp on a cookie and then go, oh, let me read this. No, read the fortune and then eat the cookie. Hilda's having mole, rice, and potato salad. Ooh, man, that sounds yummy.
I'd be all over that potato salad. Those other 2 items, I'm sorry to say I'll have to pass.
You don't like mole? You know what mole is?
I had the mole once at
not
Spanish.
mole, it's mole.
Yeah, I had it once at a Mexican restaurant in Ohio, and it tasted like pure death.
Yeah,
worst thing I ever put in my mouth.
If it's not, well, I'll debate that one with you. But if it's not done right, it can be pretty nasty. It's got to be done just right.
And the waiter was actually kind enough to let me return it and order something different because that's how badly I hated it.
Bam just doesn't like rice, period.
It's fucking maggots.
He just sees a bowl of maggots. That's what he sees. That's what
the
he
maggots. Then they don't belong on my plate.
Did you see the video of a man taking a picture with a 2-year-old and an elephant charging at the zoo? No.
How do you plug the elephant in to make it charge?
Gotta love that.
That was good.
Gotta love that Facebook pic. Lola, my daughter, loves kimchi. It's an acquired taste. You have to. It's real spicy.
I can't do spice.
And you're supposed to eat it cold. Cold is how it's eaten traditionally, not heated.
I can do a little spice, but not a whole lot of spice.
Mrs. Potato Head. I got me both Mr. and Mrs. before they disappear.
Good for you, Lola.
Job.
Don't open the boxes. Keep them sealed.
The Panda Express Mongolian beef I loved is not on the menu anymore.
So what I just had tonight was Mongolian beef.
Maggie, here's my Maggie.
Hey, Megster.
How you doing, Maggie? Welcome to a Sunday night. Anyway, so the main topic of this show. Damn, that's loud. Is what I put up earlier. Fake profiles. All right. Why the hell do people use fake? Okay, I know why some people use fake profiles.
Jesus Christ. Motherfucker. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't open my fortune cookie. It was like child-proof.
Yeah, you're ruining my opening comment here.
Oh, but I look at this. I got 2 fortunes in one cookie.
Oh man. Is that good luck or is that a curse? I don't know. Hopefully it's good luck. So do you guys have like multiple, do you have different profiles? Just wondering if you do, why. I know one reason why.
I have different email addresses, so I can give one that I never check, especially like if you're at the mall or something, you're filling something out. So
different email addresses I get.
But as far as different profiles, no, because it's too hard to keep up with them.
I got a couple different email addresses. One I use just for filling out forms. One is a junk one that I know I'm going to get spammed the crap out of and stuff, so I use that for that kind of junk.
Yep.
Hey, Laura. Oh, you're so kind.
Hi, Laura.
Welcome to Sunday night.
Oh, good looking.
Melissa loves shredding mushrooms and adding Doña Maria mole sauce.
I like a good mushroom.
I'm not a fan of mushrooms.
I love a good mushroom.
Ever since I saw the movie when I was a kid, Attack of the Mushroom People, that did it for me. I was anti-mushroom.
All it is fungus.
I'm an anti-mushroomite.
It's toad poop. Little frog poop.
So you have some people who work at a business or at a large business, and they are not able to speak freely regarding certain conditions at that business. So you have people who come out with alternate profiles. Hence, or an example, we see all the Peanuts characters. All right, you might have a Snoopy, you might have a Peppermint Patty.
I like Snoopy. He's a cool guy.
Charlie Brown, even.
Charlie Brown rocks.
There's a bunch of them, right? And they work for a certain corporation or business because they feel that if they come out with their own personal profile and make comments or statements or give even their own opinions, that they're going to get retaliated against, which has happened. We just saw it happen last week, a couple weeks ago. So they come up with a different name, right? A different profile picture. I mean, the whole deal. And I get that. And I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. You know, it sucks that they have to worry about retaliation. That sucks ass. And it's a shame that people can't, express their concerns without having to worry about getting retaliated against or getting fired or disciplined or whatever. Sometimes the hard truth is, they don't want to hear it. So I get that when somebody wants to make a profile and kind of pop up anonymously and say this and say that. But I'm talking about the dude or the dudette creates a profile just to troll and wreak havoc on different people.
Perverts. Or
some guys make profiles so they can hang with the young people. And
Joe Biden fucking
there
pedophile.
Are perverts. There are, right?
Yeah, Joe Biden's a big one.
But then you got people that create them just to be haters, and they go around impersonating. They even create duplicate profiles of somebody who's already out there. They'll make a duplicate profile, start spewing hateful crap, making it look like the original person is the one saying all this stuff when it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what I mean?
I feel your pain. I feel your pain. So it's going somewhere?
Yeah. Hang on. Read us the lottery numbers on your fortune. Read us the lottery numbers on the back of your fortune.
Why, Paul? Do you need $1 million?
Everybody needs $1 million. Sometimes those numbers don't match the lotto. Like the numbers are too high and you can't pick them.
Hang on. Oh, Carl.
He needs his magnifying glass to read those numbers. Nope.
I am old.
No.
All right. Are you ready?
No, I only have one profile.
Are you ready?
Well, it says nope. Hang on a second. Abel Vela is a fake profile. Shut up. Laura, yes, like school districts. Precisely. Okay, go ahead, ma'am. Read your numbers.
All right. 4, 14, 15, 25, 30, as in 30, and 42. Oh, God, I remember that. I think I remember all those ages except 4.
Those are not bad numbers.
No, they're not.
Those are not bad numbers. Anybody wins with those, 10% to the house.
25% to me. They was my numbers.
Melissa, I love Baby Bellas. We have a local mushroom grower in Mission, and they grow all kind of mushrooms here, and they're so good. Yeah. Ugh. Just saying the word mushroom. The fungus is among us. Nearly everyone has to sign a social media policy, which in effect forfeits your First
fuck
Amendment
me.
right in order to work for an employer.
Oh.
You have to sign. I don't know. Not every company has that though. We have ours company has a policy where you shouldn't say this and you shouldn't say that, and be careful how you display the company. But they don't make us sign anything for it. But I wouldn't sign anything like that.
But I've seen people get fired from the airline industry for their social media posts.
Yep.
Although there's a flight attendant friend of mine who's no longer a flight attendant because the company he worked for went out of business. But he had this bad habit of posting naked butt pictures of himself on Facebook. And I know a lot of passengers follow him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering how that never got to the higher ups in the company.
Yeah, it is curious how they let some things go and let it create a life of its own.
But it's kind of amazing because Facebook has this policy of no nudity. Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll let that slide. And he's even had a couple of Holy Trinities make an appearance through the cheeks.
Oh, is that
legs. Right? Yeah. So I mean it was they're there if you look. But that picture that I posted with the guy on his back with his legs over his head and a bleach bottle.
It was a profile. It was a profile picture. It was on the side.
Yeah, and you didn't see anything.
So you can see like the shape of it. You can see him. You can see the shape, but you couldn't see. It was not like a full frontal or full rear view.
Oh, but my friend, flight attendant is full rear.
I think a lot of that happens when somebody snitches.
I mean,
somebody gets offended. Some snowflake gets offended, and they report it to Facebook, and then you get taken offline.
But I mean, I say a lot. If you got it, flaunt it, and I mean, he's got it. I mean, he's got a nice looking butt.
Well, there's a place to flaunt it and a time to flaunt it.
Abo, who you catfishing?
Ita says snitches. Yeah, some people do fake.
Snitches get it's bitches get stitches. So snitches get stitches too.
Snitches get stitches. Yeah, and she's right. People get on there to like whistleblow anonymously.
Fucking snowflakes. Let's just take a flamethrower to all fucking snowflakes and melt their ass.
2 Facebook profiles. I have to protect myself. Yeah, and it's a shame that it has to happen, right? I get it. It's your job. You don't want to lose your job. I thought you were a
showgirl.
You don't want to lose your job because you're insulted. You're not necessarily even insulting. Just because you make an observation about a condition at work.
Oh, she was a showgirl.
Or some kind of situation. And you can't say it. As soon as you say something to HR, then it's just a mess.
With feathers in her hair and a dress cut down to there. She did the merengue at the Cabana. I like that song. What can I say?
BAM is available for weddings and bar mitzvahs. And
yeah, I only charge $30 million cash only.
Yeah, that's it. Hang on a second.
Don't invite me over for the circumcision procedures because I don't want to hear any screaming fucking brats.
Oh, you mean what do you call that? A bris?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be there for that. I don't want to hear no noisemaker scream at the top of his lungs for 3 hours.
Boy, that's a topic for another show. Is that barbaric or what? To have a circumcision on a little baby?
Seriously, and no pain relievers for the kid?
Could have like a party over it. You have it. Oh, everybody come over for cheese and crackers
look at
and
his
dinner.
Foreskin, isn't it cute?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not.
Oh my God.
Not
I have
kosher
nothing...
for me. Not kosher for me.
I have nothing against the Jewish religion, none whatsoever. But one of my good friends is Jewish, and I ask her Jewish questions all the time, just because I'm ignorant on the situation.
What's up,
Eh,
Ozzy?
Yo, gee. So, I have nothing against it except that part of it. If you want to eat kosher food, kosher stuff, well, I don't care what you eat.
That's right, the Copacabana. That was a great song.
I happen to
Actually,
like ice
that was a
cream.
great song. That was a good song.
Was a good song. Barry Manilow. Early 70s.
So somebody was invited. I don't know if they'll be available. I'll find out in a minute. What do we do with these trolls? What do we do with these fake profiles that are
Well, how do you kill a troll?
that you know that they're shady?
Oh, some shady motherfuckers. You know what you do? You take their shade away from them and let a light shine bright.
And the issue I have with it is that for those that are trying to create problems or trouble for people, or trying to do shady stuff, they got no balls just to come out as their own, as themselves, and come out and say stuff.
Yep. Sounds like you're trying to I guess the only way I can put it is Terry Crews in the movie White Chicks. Oh, the deception. What do you mean you're not white?
So instead of coming out and just saying something to somebody's face, they have to pretend to be someone else. They got to hide behind,
so to speak.
Yeah. You got to have balls. Just come out and say what you got to say.
And some females, they have bigger balls than a lot of men.
Oh yeah, they do.
Especially some of the lesbians I know. Holy fuck.
And again, I'm not talking about the people who work for a certain company, a certain large enterprise, who they have to come up with different profiles so that they can express themselves and talk about certain irregularities in the workplace, or venting for that matter. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm okay with that. I understand. I don't want nobody to get fired.
Yeah, don't get fired.
But for those that hide behind a different profile and they just start trolling, they did call me a troll once. Are you a troll, Lola? Unnamed sources, cowardly or dishonest. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. I feel that they lying motherfuckers. And I can put up with a lot. I can really put up with a lot, but I cannot stand a fucking liar.
Or just somebody shady. I mean, what is the purpose of coming on to somebody's page and trying to start crap? I mean, they've got their own agenda, obviously.
He didn't say you were a lesbian.
He didn't say you were a lesbian.
You said you had balls, and it just kind of reminded me that, yeah, some women do have bigger balls than guys.
And they do.
Is Q fake?
QAnon.
Q.
Yeah, which is QAnon.
Oh, QAnon.
QAnon is not fake. I just don't know how legit they are.
I think they're kind of like with everybody. The MLBs and the who's the Antifa. I think they do exist, but kind of like the cancel culture. They're going to exist as long as they think they have a need for themselves to exist. If that makes any sense, I don't know.
Yeah, it does. How can you hold them accountable for the right? Okay, so this is my point. Is they want to spew their let's call them talking points, or they want to insult. But again, they're hiding behind a profile because they don't want to be held accountable for anything. They do not want to be held accountable. They would rather just hide behind that fake profile, pretend to be a female. And
I've done that before. I've pretended to be a female before.
Well, that's different for you. That's different.
Oh, it's different for me.
Yeah, you were trying to
Buffy. Get over here, Buffy.
you were impersonating an actual female, or just impersonation. It was
Well,
your job.
maybe these people that have these fake profiles are impersonating other people.
Yeah, but that was your job. Weren't you getting paid for that, or trying to win something for doing that?
Well, I did get paid, and yes, I did win things.
Yeah, see, different situation. Everybody knows it was you. Now, if you were trying to convert yourself and trying to hide from being Bam and nobody knew, I mean, it might be a little different.
Well, back in the day when I was doing all that, and I was a lot thinner, and I could actually run, and I could run in 6-inch heels. Unlike some women, I'm not talking about y'all out here, but unlike some women, they can barely walk in the motherfuckers. Try running in them sons of bitches. Anyways, so I talked to my friend Sabrina. I said, "Girl," she goes, "What?" I said, "We should go put on drag and go rob a bank." She said, "I said they'd be looking for 2 fucking women. They wouldn't be looking for 2 guys."
Rob a bank and drag.
She says that won't work because some shady bitch will turn you in. I said, "Yeah, that's true."
What particular troll are you referring? I assume you're talking about. Who do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know. I've been a troll.
I'll say it. I'll say there was somebody on our page, this chat, this show, the last few nights that.
Are they here now?
I find their motives questionable. They haven't commented yet, and yeah, I'm. So I'll tell you a story.
Oh, I like stories.
I'm with you on that, Bam. I can't stand liars. I'd rather hear the truth. It may bother me a little bit, but I'll take it.
Yeah,
that's 100%. 100%. So, do tell Adrian, Manny, I thought I was a fake account. Yes, Adrian, he had another account, and then I saw this one pop up, TOV. The last name was spelled different. So I did not accept the friendship. So I sent him a message. I'm like, do you have another account? Is it this one? And he said, yes. He told me it was his. So, always do that. If you get a duplicate, always ask. That's what I would do before you just start accepting friends.
RP. Robert Paul.
No, not Robert Paul. So once upon a time, got some anonymous information that one of our former friends got busted for having up to 18 different profiles.
Holy fuck! How do you keep up with all that shit? I mean, the amount of lies you got to write down just to keep up with yourself.
Can you imagine that? Just the thought of handling just one, it's like it's hard to keep up with just the one.
I mean, fuck! I remember when I was a kid and lying to my parents. It's like then I had to tell a lie to cover up that lie, and it just kept on rolling and rolling, and all of a sudden I forgot what the fuck I was lying about.
But why would you have so many? Unless your motives were shady, right?
Exactly.
It's like, what the hell? What is the purpose of having so many accounts? Well, it turns out some of them were duplicate accounts. Some of them were a copycat of someone. And that person was sending insults or being insulted or just thrown in there to cause trouble on different posts or chats or whatever. And the police were involved. And these profiles had to go away. They had to go away.
Well, when you call the po-po, there's a hoe in trouble.
Yeah, don't know what the situation is, but people were harassed. And the individual with all these fake accounts was told, give it up or there's going to be trouble for you.
You're going to be playing hide the sausage with Bubba.
Yep. Yeah, no, I don't know if it would go that far, but certainly would bring a lot of unneeded publicity to him or her and to the family. The husband or wife wouldn't want this kind of mess.
Yeah, when you bring the family into it, it's no bueno.
Yep. So a certain individual was kind of told to give it up, or you're going to have problems. And gave up about 18 accounts, 15 to 18. And guess what? I think they're back at it again.
Well,
and from what I understand, they were not supposed to do this again. If they were, there was going to be more trouble.
well, like I always say, stick with what you know, Cardi B.
Yeah, don't even start on Cardi B.
So if this is the only thing this individual knows, then hey, stick with what you know, motherfucker.
And not just stick with what you know, but you know what?
Try something fucking different. Be original.
Be a fucking man, be a fucking woman, and come out and state your case. What is your freaking beef?
And if this has anything to do with that other page that you were on, once again, I don't know anything about it. I don't care anything about it. I don't give a flying fuck about it. But at least have the fucking balls to not lie about it.
But maybe this person is just too hated everywhere and not respected everywhere that they got to use these fake accounts just to be able to say something.
So fucking what if you're hated, if you're disliked? Big fucking deal what other people think about you. I always say, I don't care what you fucking say about me, just make sure I enjoyed myself.
Right?
I don't give a flying fuck what people think about me. Everybody's entitled to their own goddamn opinion, good or bad.
So, having said that, I will say nobody's threatening me. I'm not afraid of it. They want to troll the page. It must be a fun page to watch our show, because if they keep coming back watching,
it fucking entertaining.
I think we do a good job on the entertainment part of it, and I'm glad for you guys. Keep coming back night after night after night. You guys make it fun too.
They do.
This is not. I'm not doing this. I'm not afraid. They want to come at me. Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. I'm that douche from Sausage Party. Come at me, bro.
Yeah. But at some point,
she's so cool.
certain things are going to be made public at some point soon, because people are getting irritated by this account or accounts. If he's got one extra one, he's probably got another one extra too.
Chances are he might have 100. You don't know.
Yeah, so some of the people that you guys talk to on a regular basis or interact with on a chat or on a post, yeah, you might be talking to just a troll looking for something.
Trolls are ugly. Just remember that. They ugly.
Yeah, so
they're hairy, they got warts, they carry a club around, they don't dress very well. They got big ass noses, big ass feet.
And I was in discussion with the other new page to come on their show and discuss certain things, and if they do extend, I may welcome that just to see what that's all about, and then talk about whatever they want to talk about. And
chances are, and I'll put money on it, chances are they want to know about the other page and get your perspective on it.
They probably do. Let me ask, because this is the only answer I want to know. If you disagree or are offended by someone's opinion, you will give them a stern warning and bid them goodbye.
No, absolutely not. I won't. I like other people's opinions, because it might only make me think differently, but it might actually let me see a different side of a story that I may not see. Because I say this a lot. I'm not the most intelligent motherfucker in the world. I'm not. I know this. But, it's kind of nice to get some other people's opinions. This is how we grow as humans, as individuals.
Yeah, and I'll say goodbye as, whatever, move along, that kind of thing. But I'm not necessarily going to delete or block somebody unless, like I've always said, unless you get belligerent or stupid or really, really rude. And
I got all the markers on those.
Yeah, well, Bam owns those. He's the one who owns those rights to be that way. So, because somebody disagrees or has a different opinion, everyone is welcome here, even fake accounts, as long as they keep it reasonable and decent. If I find out something shady is going on, oh yeah, out them. I'll out who I think it is. or someone else might, or a lot of people might, all at once. I got no problem with that. I was asked over the weekend that situation. Somebody said they were, when I walked away from that show, they were really angry with me, and that's why they had a vendetta. A certain different thing now, a vendetta against me, just because I walked away. It's like too freaking bad. Too freaking bad. That's what's going to happen. You got people walking away from you all over the place now. Do you think it's really everybody's problem?
If it didn't feel like it was a good fit, then why continue to go back and do it?
Yeah.
I mean,
not even apologizing for walking away from that.
And I wouldn't, because, you know, if you didn't feel comfortable being there doing the thing or whatever, or if you just didn't like it.
Yeah. And I'll talk about it. Yeah. You know what? At a certain point there, it's okay to start talking about stuff and what happened or whatever. You know, still personally, not going to badmouth him. You know what? He is what he is. And I just chose not to deal with that abuse and how he treated other people also.
And I can only give an opinion on what I hear from Manny. I mean, so I only know one side of it. If I knew 2 side, 3 side, 4 side, 5 side, whatever, then it's a different story. I can give an opinion all fucking day long on every goddamn side, because I'm awfully fucking opinionated. Yeah. That's how I was raised.
But yeah, I got, I don't know, some either didn't hear or wanted to hear it again, whatever, why I walked out, and I told them, and I'm like, you know what, I don't care. I'm not, there's only abuse.
Major loser.
Anything, it was like an abusive relationship, and don't care. I would tell anybody to walk out. What he did to my friend Josh was horrible. That day live on the air. I don't know if some of you saw it. The way he treated Josh, and I should have walked right then and there. I just thought it was something that could be fixed. But I soon realized, and I got warned. I got warnings from everyone. Be careful, be careful, be careful. This dude can be like this. This dude can be like that. Like, I don't know. But you know what?
They were serving you the tea all day long. You just refused to drink it.
I didn't want to drink it. I figured if I treat him normal, I'll get treated normal. I just I choose to see the good in people more than be cynical and, see the bad and then not do stuff.
I think you need to take the blue pill, my friend. Was it the blue pill or was it the red pill? I can't even remember the color of the pill.
I can't remember either.
The analogy.
It might have been a green pill. Who knows?
You know the analogy, though.
So I had never thought about that. Okay, I follow you here, and I want to get. Oh, thank you, Dina. Alrighty then. I'm not here to fight anyone's battles. I sincerely like your show, but I will say this: if you share the tactics of that show, where they claim we are all Roman, I don't know, gentlemen, I guess to listen is best. I'm not saying everybody's Roman. That's not what I'm saying.
That's like saying everybody's an elephant or everybody's a jab. You're saying you're not an individual. You're all.
I'm not saying everybody's Roman. If that other show was saying what they were saying, and they've.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. They were saying that everybody is the same, and there's no individuality out there.
Yeah,
that's downright fucking lie, because you and I both know, everybody in this room knows that we are all, each and every one of us, a different individual with different opinions.
Yeah, and so the bottom line is also, what do you do? Do you just let the trolls troll and just whatever?
Let them fucking troll. If they get off on,
you ridicule them. They don't bother me. I'll answer what I want to answer. If I don't want to respond, I won't. And they want to troll. They love the show that much. Hey, all right, must be doing something right?
And just let them sit out there and fucking troll. If that's how they get off, then let them get their little jollies or their rocks off or whatever.
But that one account, I'm going to agree with that page and say, yes, I believe that is a fake account, and I believe I know who it is, and everything makes sense. And at some point, they'll be outed.
Okay, now you sound like Judge Judy.
Hey, Judge Judy is a pain in the ass, but she could whip some ass.
Oh, she's a bitch. Yeah, I hate it when she stops reading what she's reading and yells at the person, "I can read."
Yeah.
The first thing goes through my head is, I fucking hope you can. Otherwise, you didn't even make it through fucking law school, bitch.
Hilda says, I'm assuming you're tall. You should have gotten up. You know what? Compared to him, everybody's tall. How's that?
Ooh, is he SM all?
He's SM all.
SM
And,
all.
I had thought about that. And I was wondered if I did something dumb like that, would people bail me out of jail? And I would hope somebody would. They'd like, absolutely. I'd be out in 5 minutes. I'd be
Well,
citizen of the year of Brownsville.
If you ever get arrested, I suggest you call your sister. But wait, it depends what you're arrested for, because she might say "fuck you," spend the night.
Yeah, you belong there. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, I don't agree with the violence, but I got no problem bitch slapping somebody who's
bitch slap.
Who's a friggin' idiot. Maybe that should have happened to them a long time ago. Rosie Williams, you are not Roman. Okay, I hope not. I don't think you are. But I do like y'all. Don't go changing, please. Anyone, not even your colleagues, deal. I get you. I understand. Maggie, I love Judge Judy. I like Judge Judy too. She's another different kind of Donald Trump. Trumpish.
She is. She's out there. She is out there. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. See, I nobody will bail me out. What is the penalty for bitch slapping somebody?
Well, that would be considered assault.
You ever see? Do you remember Con Air? Anybody sees the movie Con Air?
I love that movie.
Remember the little guy who he's a gay guy and he puts on a dress. He finds a dress in the
suitcase. Yes.
And then the plane's crashing, and then there's a fight, and there's mutiny on the airplane.
Mm-hmm.
And the Nicolas Cage character is going to go punch him, but he sees he's dressed like a girl, and he's about to punch him, but then he just slaps him.
And the little Hispanic guy goes flying 4 feet in the air.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. He's like, I'm not going to punch this little guy. Like a bitch slap.
I can't even think of his little name. That little Hispanic guy. He's in a lot of shit.
He does. He's in a lot. He was in that movie with Michelle Pfeiffer, where she's a teacher in the hood.
Yep.
What was that movie called? Good movie. That was a good movie.
Was a good movie.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, she ended up buying him a leather. No, he bought him a leather jacket for dinner for.
Well, he owed money.
Dinner.
He owed money.
He owed money on it, and she ended up giving him the money.
Yes.
That was a good movie.
Could he be a she?
Yeah, it's called a she.
The one I'm talking about in particular, no. It's a educated consensus that we know who it is. Let them troll. More traffic for you and bam. And if they get complicated, do something. Don't get arrested, man. You're not worth it. You're right. It's not worth it.
So his name is Renali Santiago.
Renali Santiago. That's right. Renali. Now I remember that name. Dangerous Minds. No, yeah, thank you. That was the name of the movie. Dangerous Minds. He was a little Spanish kid. It was like in a gang and tough guy. She helped him out. She paid his debt for the leather jacket. Anyway, that's the same guy who played the little gay guy in Con Air. Remember?
Yes. Yeah. One of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies, next to Gone in 60 Seconds.
Makes things that make you go, right?
That's
right. Thank you, Nadia. So who started Republics? Whose brainchild was it? You're the Romans with your own show now. How do you feel? Do you feel more liberated? Yeah, I got to say I do. That was his originally, his idea, but he wanted nothing to do with it. He didn't want the things in his name at all. I mean, he wanted nothing to do with it. And if you guys remember watching the shows, he would always say, "Oh, Manny's in charge of the comments. He does the comments. If there's a problem, blame him. It's his fault. I'm not responsible for the comments or putting up the comments or anything. That's Manny. It's his fault. It's his problem." And like, all right, he never wanted to take responsibility for nothing. No
Well,
ball.
yeah, that's one way to point blame at somebody.
Mm-hmm. No balls. And you know what? And I didn't care because I was like, what's somebody gonna sue me because I don't show a comment by accident?
No huevos, man. No huevos.
Huevos. So, yeah. So you know what? Technically, what is the possession is 9/10 of the law or something like that.
Somebody cut off his stump pipe.
Could have kept it all. I could have kept it for myself. Took it to good places where it could have gone. It was a great thing going there.
Yeah, everybody's got the shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Yep. But you know what? I'm not that kind of person.
I think you're in a better place.
What do you want to do with it? Turned it over. He told me what to do. Turned it over. So whatever the problem is now with them, that's his problem for not owning it and just taking it for yourself. Deal with it yourself on your own page. Quit giving the responsibility to someone else. Have fucking balls, man.
Fucking balls.
So do I feel more liberated? Well, of course. Now I can do what I want.
Even if they are stinky and sweaty, grow a fucking pair.
It's always nice to do your own thing. You don't have to get permission. You don't have to say, "Hey, do you mind if I do this? Do you mind if I do that?" Yeah, no, it's and if it was a different partner, somebody else who was level-headed, normal, wouldn't go off.
I'm not normal.
Oh, you're totally not normal, and I'm okay with it.
Okay, just checking.
If it was something different, that being partners, it might have worked, but it's just there was no level of like I said, abuse crossed the line already, and that's all right. That's it. I'm done.
Moving right along.
He doesn't like it too freaking bad. I don't care. Anybody will walk out. People have over and again. So he's going to stay mad and pissed about that. That's how you want to live your life, pissed that somebody walked out because you were an asshole. All right, then you stay like that.
Misery loves company.
Who is Miss Producer, fake or real? The Miss Producer is real. I'm not going to say who because they want to be anonymous, and that's fine. I got no beef with them right now anyway.
You just wait and see, Miss Cookie. Better mind your P's and Q's there.
And they're trying to do their own thing now. They separated. That little guy pissed off everybody, and now they separated and did their own thing. If you haven't heard already, they're doing their own thing.
The planet blew up and went to 1 billion different directions, kind of like them.
Wish them much success in what they're doing. Hopefully they can get it back up to a normal thing, what it used to be. But isn't he off?
Oh, he's off. He's off his fucking rocker, from what I understand. Yes, that's just my opinion from one side of it.
He is off. He is off. He's not on there, and I don't know if he's ever going to come back on because he's too afraid to set up this account and do his own thing. He doesn't want to do it. He wants somebody else to do it. He doesn't want the responsibility. He doesn't want the liability. He's too afraid of getting sued or getting in legal trouble for whatever reason.
It's okay, motherfucker. If they sue you, just tell them you ain't got nothing anyway.
He was selling his mic on the Osmo show. I'm new to all these shows. Forgive me. Okay. That Estella, welcome, by the way. That person selling that or saying they're selling it, that's a fake account. That's a fake RP account.
Yeah, Estella's new. We haven't had her in here, or either that or this is her first time talking.
Yeah. So there's an RP account on YouTube, which is another, one of those accounts. And they're having a lot of fun with it, pretending to be RP with the RP logo and everything. But that's not really RP. But they provide a lot of good material and a lot of good laughs. I think he or she is funny. So yeah, it's kind of a dig on him when they say, "Hey, I'm selling the microphone, discount."
You don't think I'm funny?
Dude, you're funny.
Okay. You ever seen the
Bam,
movie The
ever see the
Mule?
movie?
Yes, I have.
You remind me of him. Same filter.
Well, we were kind of cut from the same cloth. I mean, he was cut, I don't know, maybe 30 years before me, but the cloth lingered and I came afterwards.
Hey, VAW, what'd you miss?
What's
You
going
missed
on, V?
a lot.
You
I think
did. You missed a lot. All I can say is, for a recap, watch it after it posts later.
Yeah, fake accounts, trolls, and
Yeah, we've even discussed on how to kill a troll.
wait a minute, Sunday is family night. What happened? Yeah, you know what? We're doing a lot of interviews this week, politics stuff locally in Brownsville, commissioner stuff, interviews. So Bam was not really going to be seen a lot this week. So I figured, you know what? Let's do a Sunday.
Everybody had to get their BAM fill.
Everybody's get their Bam filled for the week because he may not be with us for the first, for the middle of the week.
And if I do happen to pop in, I'm just going to remind you guys, if you want something different, do something different. You need to vote for something different. Instead of the same motherfucker, you're going to get the same shit. And I say that to the motherfucker. I don't care.
Yep.
Impress me. Don't lie to me. Impress me. And then fucking do it.
Mike for sale, Chihuahua. Yeah. It's provided some good laughs, actually.
Jimmy!
Happy Sunday, fun.
Looks like Jimbo. Well, first I thought it was a rocket going into space, and then I'm guessing it's a lighthouse.
Is that the lighthouse? That's the Port Isabel lighthouse. So that's in Port Isabel, which is just before you go over the causeway. It takes you to South Padre Island.
So why does the way have a cause? What's its cause?
It's just a causeway. Why is it called a causeway? The bridges are called causeways sometimes.
Why?
The cause
they have to have a cause.
Yeah, the cause is to get you to the other side. That's the cause.
That's not the bridge's cause. Oh,
yes, it is. Yeah, what is it fun if you got to be at work the next day? Yeah, I know. You had your fun already. Third time viewing the show. Oh, cool. Welcome.
Well, I'm glad you keep coming back. So be honest now. Are you coming back for me or are you coming back for him?
It's got to be a reason.
Yeah, it's got to be me.
I like to think we're freaking funny as hell. And
she loves listening to me swear.
People love this guy for his no filter, just put it out there.
I don't have a
all over the place. And it's just the way he talks. He doesn't plan on talking that way.
Estelle, she is yelling at her, she's looking at her boyfriend and goes, every time this motherfucker says motherfucker, that's for you, motherfucker. No, I'm messing with you.
Since Charlie A and Miss Producer, RP went down the drain. Well, every time you start over, it's a struggle to get back up. When I separated and then started this show, I think it was almost a week later. I had started from the ground up, man. We had zero. We had all the viewers they have, the fans that they have over there is because of one person. And that's not me. And that's not him. It is because of VT. I'll say that. You know who VT is, right?
I like taking the credit for something.
You guys know who VT is?
No.
On RP, we had VT on for a couple of interviews.
RP, VT, it sounds like y'all had a case of some serious fucking sexual diseases.
VT is Vanessa Tijerina. She was running for, I can't even remember, Congress, right? Is that what it was? For a congressional district. And she's a very troubled person.
That's what we need.
Nobody took her seriously. So our idea was to bring her on the show and let's see what she's got to say. And so we set up the interview. I called her and she agreed. And, we advertised it for about 4 days. And we were getting hate messages just for having her on. And you're not going to do this, and you're not going to do that, and you're going to cover for her, and you're going to make her look like an angel. Like, We got so much hate before the freaking interview even started. Before that day, we got so much hate. But because of her, then all those likes started. People started liking the page. Next thing you know, we're 13, 14, 1,500 likes. And then had her on a couple times after that. That was second one was a disaster. The first one, we were moderately impressed. If she can keep her head straight, she can do a lot of good. She could. She really could. She's got the gift of gab. But she's got too much other stuff going on that just messes it up. It messes it up.
Stay off the crack.
And she would do that during a live. She would,
Oh, sweet Jesus! And I was fucking joking.
That's documented. It's there. It's out there. She left those. You can see them still. That happened a few times.
So she came up from doing her little, and then there was this white dust. So she looked like a cocoa.
Always this,
Oh yeah, that's.
And then she had legal problems with the police, and her kids taken away from her, and she just needed some serious. She needs some serious guidance. She needs somebody. She doesn't have anybody.
Well, and then this person seems to think they can run a fucking office. She can't even run her own fucking life.
She's got an army of followers that think she can do whatever she wants, and you know what? She could. If different situation, she probably could. Anyway, we had her on. We got all this hate messages, but all these likes. So, all those fans were there. They just liked the page only because we did that interview, those couple of interviews with her. But there were never, hundreds and hundreds of viewers at a time. It was just, they were there, people that liked the page, and then they just
fall off.
Yeah, they kind of just leave it there and they don't follow the show or anything like that.
The black hole would suck them in, kind of like she would suck that Coke in.
Yeah, so that was a little rundown on that. And that's where they got all those followers. So the true number of followers was really small. Those are, people, you guys randomly like a page or an HBO or something, you like it, but you don't really follow it and all this. So that's what happened there. Well, I always thought RP was named after Roman Perez. Boy, was I wrong. Well, he got lucky that those initials just happened to be that. That's what happened. Yes, VA. Sorry, you're gonna have to scroll back. I'm not repeating all that stuff again.
Damn it, Janet.
Not for fear. It was just so much said. I can't repeat all that.
Every time somebody says "damn it," I always go, Janet, Brad, Janet, Brad. I love you.
The hell you talking?
Show.
Oh,
Rocky Horror fucking Picture Show. Come on, it's a classic.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a must see before you die. It's on your bucket list.
It's a must see before the fucking cancel culture cancels it.
Oh, good. Please don't tell me you're backing up. I'm not backing up anybody. I just know what my truth is and compared notes with all of them. Cruz is a good guy, sweetheart of a guy. Everybody there is decent people. They really are. When you drop that RP pill in there, it causes a lot of turmoil. So, not backing anyone necessarily, but I will. I'm not gonna just keep causing a fuss and a problem and I don't know. Against one person, I will, because it was justified to me. I thought Miss Producer is RP and RGV. That lady really had favorites on the show, and I wasn't one of them because, as she said, I am perhaps smart ass. Nobody likes a smart ass, right? I come back for Manny's view and Bam's bold comments. Oh, you want to call them bold?
Well, they need to be called something. Well, thank you, Laura. I like blunt. I do too, Estella.
Blunt,
and I'm about as fucking blunt as you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's 99.9% right there. And You want blunt? That's blunt. And I'm not talking about weed. I'm talking about the words that come out of this guy's mouth are
Yeah, I don't have a filter. I don't sugarcoat it. But I try to have a contest on a daily basis with Samuel L. Jackson, who can say motherfucker more.
Bam wants to be Samuel L. Jackson. Thank you, Lauda. Thank you so much. Bam wants to be worse than Samuel Jackson.
I'd like to be as talented as that motherfucker. Let me tell you.
Careful, Oscar. You don't want your IP traced.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't care if China or who anybody wants to trace my IP. Whatever. I'm not doing nothing. You shouldn't be afraid of that
trace
stuff.
away.
You shouldn't be afraid of any of that stuff unless you're doing something illegal. Then I could see where you don't want anybody knowing whatever you're doing.
I don't want people to get my recipes, and they're all on this computer.
Vanessa Tijerina, that's who VT is. If you haven't seen her videos, she can do a 2 and 3 hour live from her car and talk the whole time by herself and just talk and talk and talk. Sometimes you wonder what the heck is she saying, but she talks and talks and talks. And like I said, I'm not going to lie. She got the gift of gab. If her head was in the right place, she could be dangerous.
Yeah, get it out of her ass. Now, we were talking about the potato head here. I didn't even realize until just now it actually says Mrs. Potato Head.
Oh, does it?
It does.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
It's not Potato Head Man in drag.
All right. It's not.
That's the full force Mrs.
Did y'all see the Florida footage? Yeah, we got the. We haven't even got to the news yet, guys. We're just still rolling on this right now.
Which we probably should get to because we're at an hour. Yeah. So I mean, we got to practice at an hour.
That always confused me. I know, I get it. You know what? I'm an easygoing dude, and I don't like conflict. I don't forget about stuff, and sometimes you just got to move on and continue rolling with life. And
I got conflict.
Yeah, don't want conflict all the time. District 7. That's right, Senate District 27. If you guys really don't know who Vanessa Tijerina is, you should look up her videos. Her page is still there. Yeah, interesting character. Interesting. And tried to run as a Democrat, tried to run as a Republican, tried to run as everything, you name it. And interesting person. And yeah, I wanted to have her on, and it wasn't necessarily for the likes, for the traffic. Maybe part of it was didn't know it was going to get the way it did.
So is this the COCOR? Okay, so we tried running as a Democrat. That didn't work.
Oh, she tried everything. She says she was a Republican, but she's got photos with every Democrat on the planet.
And then we said we were a Republican. That didn't work.
Yeah.
So has she tried running as a COCOR yet?
Well, she was doing all that while she was running, so
Well, maybe she needs to run as a socialist because that definitely is not going to fucking work.
Why would they insult each other to no end? Yeah, look who's there. Last time I recall, we are still very much still here. Hello, boys.
Hi, Joe.
Hello, Miss Guerrero. You probably caught some of that conversation. The talking about fake profiles.
Hello, boys.
And everything else here in town, we don't follow VT. We know her. No way we want her in office. No, of course not. It was amazing how many votes she got. Scary.
She must be throwing coke parties for all her little friends to vote for her.
Scary that somebody like that who does all that stuff in public and has she had how many arrests? 7 or 11 arrests, something like that. Kids taken away live on camera in a live.
And people still vote for this.
A lot of problems. She still has loyal followers. Oh, you got this, girl. You got this. Everybody's a conspiracy against you. And she's got thousands.
Well, until she ends up dead one day taking a bath, like Whitney Houston and Bobby Houston, her daughter's name was Bobby. Then she might learn something.
Let's do the time warp. Oh, you want to go back and do the interview again with her?
Let's do the time warp again.
You know,
It's just a
and
jump to the left
for
and a
just a
step
minute,
to the right.
it crossed my mind to, you know what, let me bring her on and see what's the current state of affairs for you. What's going on with you? I thought about doing that, but then I thought, no, probably not a good idea because a lot of bad came out of that interaction. You know, bad people, bad messages, bad email, just everything. It was just a lot to deal with. And I don't know
And,
if I want to do that again. I don't know if I want.
and I would have to be like, so inquiring minds want to know where you get your Coke because we want a discount. I got friends that need a discount. Girl, they need the hookup.
Well, she'll deny that, of course.
Mm-hmm.
If you self-test them, much respect to humanity, they were pretty cruel. No, I get that. It's more than that. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. And you know, I'm not saying I did my own stuff against them. I was not an angel myself. So um I'm just that kind of person. It's hard, you know, I don't holding grudges is very stressful and it makes you sick physically. And it just my head is clear and my head is fine and I have moved on. I have. It's just how I choose to deal with it. That's all.
Schnurky's here? I haven't seen the Schnurk.
Not toward you, but Sharky. I haven't seen Sharky around today yet. But hey, that's your deal. Let's see. Where am I going here?
I don't know. To
Manny,
hell in a handbasket?
you have never put anyone down at this point. If they have a problem with that, so be it. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm starting to I'm trying not to go there with that guy.
I guess I'm putting down the core and I don't even know where, so I guess I need to stop doing that. Thanks, Hilda. You wrecked my fun. No, just kidding.
The fun things that he was making fun of your show and his ended. It was good when you were hosting with him, but bam, and you are doing great things. Thanks, Lewis. Yeah, I think we got a nice little thing here. Going.
I think so too, Lewis. Thank you.
Acknowledge, move on. Gotcha. Bad hombre.
What's up, hombre?
He's a dude that was getting in trouble. I came to troll, chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. Troll away, my friend.
Then troll away.
VT she had 9 arrests in 5-year time, in a 5-year period.
Was any of those arrests for prostitution?
No, I don't think so. It was all you know what? It's too much to get into with her. It's like that's a whole other situation. But let's just say she had problems there.
She a hoe.
Who are we interviewing this week? Monday, we've got Jessica Puente Bradshaw running for District 3, Brownsville City Commissioners. Tuesday, we have Mr. Erasmo Castro. He's going to be on as a guest, as a candidate, not as a guest host. We have Carlos Elizondo. He will be with us on Wednesday. And Thursday and Friday, we have, we're still working on Thursday and Friday. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday filled up. And then we'll make those announcements shortly. Short bit of it, we've been having issues with several fake profiles by our ex-disgruntled co-host. Maybe those followers should try getting her the help she badly needs.
Right? I agree.
That's what we always said. Why aren't these people really helping her? They're more
enablers.
They were more enablers than they were helping. They realize
you got this. Even though the state's got your kids, you got this. You go right on ahead, Miss Thing. Oh, wait a minute. You need a pat of Coke. Get over here.
Yeah, it was that was my problem with, if you got 5,000 or 10,000 friends or fans, but where are they? She really needs some serious help. Why aren't they helping?
Because they don't care.
VT has her own YT page or VT page. So I suggest if you don't know who she is, watch the YouTube page. Yeah, she's on YouTube. Yeah, look up Digital Dimwit. That dude's got a lot of stuff on her. He comments a lot on her stuff.
Digital dimwit. I love it.
Yeah, dude's page is Digital Dimwit. And it's funny. If you haven't seen any of her stuff, if you really want to, go look it up. And you'll see what we're dealing with. Really, man, you have that woman that was talking. She told me things got cleared up. Things were sorted out. I'll say things were sorted out. Juan Carlos Vega hired Doc. I'm very much real. For the record, man and I remain friends. We have sorted things out. And like I said, I choose to move on. And that's just how I am, period. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. But that's me.
Moving right along.
Glad you're real. Nice to meet you again. Yes, candidate to Monday, District 3. I want to ask that important question. Yeah, and please send in your questions if you have them. I've got my own agenda that I'm going to go on with Miss Puente Bradshaw and Erasmo. Legit interviews. This is not going to be any kind of gotcha moments or that kind of thing. And if you do have questions, you can feel free to send them in, and I will try to get to those. I can't promise I'll get to all of them, but I will try to get to those, or as many of them as we can. But the best thing to do is send me an inbox to my page, and then that way I can sort them all out and put them on a list. And please, legitimate stuff. I'm not going to put up any silliness. You know that. I'll put up your comments as we go along. I may not read all the comments while we're going along, but I will try to display them all. And so it should be great. And that series I'm calling my interview series. And they'll be in a separate folder where we'll have all the candidates, whoever we talk to politically or well known for whatever the reason. We will put those in the interview series. So look forward to that coming up this week. What's up, guys? Did someone call? What's up, Shark?
Snarky!
Hola, Shark. I've got several. Good. Yeah, send them. Don't block me. I reside in District 2, but I have family in District 3. I'm not going to block you. I don't block. Like I told you. I'm going to say this again. I'll keep saying it if you want me to. I'm going to block you if you're an asshole. I'm going to block you if you're belligerent. Or you're just being too freaking stupid and you keep coming up with crap. Well, then I'll block you. I'm not going to block you for your opinion or asking questions or even hard questions. I'm not going to block. You got to do something extremely harsh. So, again, I said that and I'll keep saying it forever. So, let's get to a little bit of the news.
News. What's going on in the news?
Oh, man. Where do we start? Let's start with...
Lay it on me.
Oh, let's start with spring break.
Okay, why not? Everybody likes a good spring break.
Spring break. Miami Beach.
Miami.
Did you guys see what happened in Miami?
They actually called out the fucking SWAT team.
They had to call a SWAT team. People were drunk, fighting all over the place. Nearly freaking riots.
This is what happens when you keep people locked up in their houses for too damn long. They don't know how to act in public.
I was hoping there was video here somewhere. Nope, I guess not. I'm sure there is. I'll try to grab some for you later. Miami Beach officials on Sunday.
Go back up. Right there. There's the play button.
No, but this is showing headlines for March 21st.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't want that. No, they kind of do that little bait and switch thing where you think it's going to be a video of that, but it's not. Trust me. Miami Beach officials on Sunday said the city would extend curfews and closures through April 12th after a SWAT team was called in Saturday night to break up a rowdy crowd of spring breakers that had defied the 8 p.m. curfew. City commissioners unanimously voted on the move during an emergency meeting on Sunday. People got drunk, like they do all the time, I guess. But this time, I don't know. What happened this time different than any other time? They just
COVID.
started.
Was it? That's different.
Was it the cabin fever?
Could be. I think it is cabin fever.
Meanwhile, here in Brownsville on South Padre Island, Clayton's Bar or Clayton's Club, whatever that place is called, having a concert. Like nothing's going on. I mean, nobody's afraid of the COVID anymore. I'll be honest with you. My personal opinion, I think the COVID thing is kind of disappearing. I think they're starting to ease up on more and more, and all of a sudden, the 6 feet has become 3 feet, and I don't know. Is there going to be a spike in positive cases?
It's still asshole to asshole on airplanes, though.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Okay. There's no social distancing at the airport. There's no social distancing on the airplane. They board the airplanes from the rear of the aircraft forward. And that's good. You know what? I think they always should have done that. It's logical.
Continental used to do that until they started doing the windows, then the middles, then the aisles.
Yeah. And, they've always tried to find the right formula to do that. And I'm thinking starting in the back, going to the front, that's a great way to do it. So many people fly in these airplanes, and this week I had to make alternate plans because I couldn't get out of Brownsville or Harlingen or McAllen or Corpus. So I had to get to Houston by a different means.
He hopped on an ant and rode its back all the way to Houston.
Yeah, I hopped on a armadillo, or what do you call them? The other little creatures, possum. I got on a possum, lassoed it, and he took me to Houston. But if the pandemic is as bad as they keep scaring everyone, why aren't people in record numbers getting infected just from travel, from being on airplanes? There hasn't been any cases. 80 people were infected on that flight, or 50 people were infected on that flight, and none of this stuff is going on. Explain that to me. Explain to me how you have record numbers of now airplanes are getting more and more packed. Spring break, people are traveling. They said, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to travel. They come to Brownsville. They come to South Padre Island. They're going to Mexico. They're going all over the place. The airplanes are packed. Why aren't we hearing about, contaminations and that flight and this flight? I mean, yeah, they're crowded, but everybody's wearing their mask. They hand out these little alcohol towelettes. Everybody's using them. They're wiping down the arm rails, their windows, the tables in front of them. And they keep their masks on. But you don't have a rash of infections. Why? Is it because this is not as serious as it once was? Was it just theater all the time? With theater, was it just virtue signaling? Wear your mask or you're going to die.
What I think it was since it was a brand new disease, kind of like the flu was back in 1917. Brand new. Nobody knew what it was going to do. Same thing here. Once, and it was serious enough to put some people in hospitals, just like the flu of 1917, just like when it comes back last year, comes back this year. Some people are going to get in the hospital. Some people are going to die from it. It's what it is. Yeah. This thing is the same, pretty much the same fucking thing.
I'm a true believer in any of the people that have passed away from COVID had some kind of condition, whether it was known or not known. They had some kind of condition. Oh, my son was healthy, 22-year-old. He's one of the young people that died from COVID. Like, he had to have something. Yeah,
you don't know. I mean, he could have been an alcoholic from the time he was 14, and he could have been and have fucking renal failure.
He could have had some problem with his liver, with his kidney. He could have had some problem with his lungs that you just didn't happen to know about yet. And he didn't even know about it, possibly. And that's, that has to be the situation. Yes, most of the people that died from COVID were older folks or people with some kind of serious condition. And those are the ones that could not handle, their immune system could not fight this thing off. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm starting to, and not that I wasn't afraid of it, but when President Trump, remember he got the COVID and he was in the hospital for a few days,
Yep.
and
He was asymptomatic though.
he came out with a message. Remember? Do you remember that message? I do. He
I can't,
said, "Don't let this control your life. Don't
yeah.
let this control your life."
Well, and he also said that the cure cannot be worse than the disease, and
Worse than the
everybody's
disease.
making it worse than the fucking disease.
Yeah. But when he said, "Don't let this control your life," he was like, "Fucking hey, you know what? He's right." Everybody's locked up in their house, afraid to go outside, afraid to talk to money, afraid to be face to face with anything, and just afraid that
Well,
people, you know what? You have to, especially young people, you got to get your immune system. Your immune system has to work. You can't hide it from everything.
it's the first step to suppression. Wearing the mask, you're forced to wear the mask. You're forced to stay at home. Now, all of a sudden, when they start forcing you to do other things, you're going to swallow it a lot easier because you've already been beat down into suppression, so to speak. So when socialism starts coming along, you're just going to take it and swallow it and go with fucking flow because they don't want an army to jump up and go, we're not going to take this and we're not going to have it and start fighting back against our own fucking government, which is in the Constitution.
Yep. This is true. A bunch of rich, entitled college students using spring break as an excuse to start trouble. In that case, I mean, surprisingly, it doesn't happen more often every spring break. Surprisingly, it doesn't happen more often.
I have just a tiny little argument with that last comment. There's very few rich college students. Very few. Not a bunch.
Yeah, this is true too. I get that point.
I have never seen a rich college student unless if they're all up there and go hoity-toity Boston and Yale and Harvard. Those are the rich motherfuckers. With Biff and Buffy and
they spend their spring break in Mexico and Europe, that kind of thing. They do it a little bit different. But a lot of these college kids are saving up, for months and months just to go to Padre Island and drink all weekend long or for a week.
Oh no, they're praying for that final student loan so they could afford that airfare and beer while they're there.
Yeah, think about all these spring breakers. It just takes one who is positive to start a super spreader event, taking back to this is true.
That is very true,
man. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So we're waiting to see is that going to happen, and we're not going to know for a few weeks, I guess. That's the problem. It's going to be a mess in a couple of weeks. I know that's what everybody keeps saying about everything, and I mean, look at the NBA or the bad sports. They kind of got it under control. Every once in a while, they'll postpone a game because somebody tested positive, but it hasn't happened a lot. They've got this thing controlled down to a science.
I remember last year at spring break, there was a kid that went to Florida on spring break and then came home, and his dad refused to let him in the house because grandma was in the house. And I'm sitting there thinking, it really sucks that you had to deal with that. But at the same point, good for dad.
Right?
Good for dad.
You go to the garage and stay there for 2 weeks until we tell you to come out. And
I don't even think he was allowed in the garage.
There were, if I'm not mistaken, there was, I think it was a high school here. They sent a bunch of kids. They went to Europe in the middle of all this when it first started. And everybody was in outrage. Like, what the heck? How do you let your kids go to Spain? I think it was Spain or in the middle of this, coronavirus is getting out. It was back then. It was more coronavirus than it was called before. It was called COVID. And they were out there. They took a trip as a group. I don't ever know what happened to them when they came back. Did they all get infected? I don't think they did. What do you see at the airport? Do most people follow safety guidelines? The safety guideline that the real one that's being strict on is your mask. If you're not wearing it, somebody's going to call you out on it. I am a member of a certain club of a certain airline. It's a lounge club. And you go there, got to have your mask on. No different than anywhere else. And they want you to have your mask on between bites of food that you take. So if you're eating a sandwich, you take off your mask, take a bite of the sandwich, put it back on while you're chewing.
Yeah, I'd tell them, give me my $500 back and kiss my ass.
700.
How much?
700.
Oh, it went up now.
Oh yeah.
Fuck me in the ass.
Yeah. So I kind of get it, but I think they're taking things certain facilities are taking it a little too far. Before it was all right, have your mask on, but it's okay to have it off while you're eating. So they would just take it off and they'd eat their sandwich, have their drink, 10 minutes, and then they'd put their mask back on. Now they want you to wear it in between chewing your food. And I don't know, it's getting a little ridiculous, I think.
I would get a straw and a soda or a water or whatever and stick it in there and just stick it in my mouth and hold it like I'm sucking on the motherfucker nonstop.
Well, some people, that's what they do is they get like a lollipop and they'll take the mask off. Yeah, I'm eating. It's a lollipop, and they do that in defiance.
Good for them.
So the 6 feet rule is hardly being followed anywhere. They are following it when you go to the store or restaurant, when you're waiting your turn, that kind of thing. They got those little stickers on the floor. They're following it like that. But when it's time to board the airplane, you got 180 people just crowding right there, wanting to get, first one to scan your boarding pass. It's I don't know if they're ever going to be able to do that. They would have to have so much personnel to corral everybody. There's not enough room at the airports, even the big ones, to have 180 people stand 6 feet apart from each other while you're going to board an airplane. And even if you did, as soon as they scan their boarding pass and they get through, now everybody's right next to each other, shoulder to shoulder. So I think if you were going to see a lot of infections, you would have seen it already based on people going to airports and taking flights. And that has not happened. That has not happened. I think it's too soon to see those effects yet. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a few weeks yet. That's, the bad part. Manny, go to Facebook, hashtag Miami Beach. Yep, I will do that. Regarding candidate in District 3, we forward questions to. Yes, forward them. Go to my page and send it as an inbox there. You can post some stuff during the show, but if I do get a list of questions prior to the show, I'm going to have that as a priority, and we'll get to the comments as we can. And I'll try to get to the comments. Like I said, I'm going to show all the comments, but I may not read them out loud, just so you guys are aware. Damn pesky government regulations making me wear a seatbelt. Why should I wear my seatbelt? It's up to the other people who drive carefully. Yeah, right.
I totally agree, Juan.
I agree. I mean, okay. Do you remember when you did not have to wear seatbelts? Can you remember that far back?
Oh, fuck. Yeah. And we used to pile in the back of the station wagons, the back of the pickups. We would drink out of the hose hooked to the house. We would play in dirt all fucking day or walk around in mud puddles. I mean, It didn't fucking kill us. If anything, it made us stronger.
Remember drinking from the water hose in the summertime because you didn't want to run inside the house? Just turn on the hose and drink right from there. And it tasted like rubber from the hose for a little while, but then it was good.
Especially if that hose was laying out in the grass and it was in the heat. Yeah. You had to run that water till it got cold.
And you know what? And kids didn't die. They didn't get infections.
Yeah, we didn't get no diseases. We didn't get aluminum poisoning.
What happened? Immune systems went down the drain over the years.
Well, they are now because nobody's been outside.
Why do I have to follow safety protocol? Next time I'm at a construction site, I don't need to wear a hard hat. I've never been hurt before. Yeah, it
doesn't matter if you got a goddamn hard hat on or not. If a fucking beam knocks you in the head, it's going to go right through that damn hard hat. And if anything, could lodge some plastic hard hat in your head.
If you get hit with an I-beam, it doesn't matter
anyway.
what kind of helmet you're wearing.
Yeah, you're dead anyway.
Yeah, you're going to get knocked out nasty. So, but they're talking about pieces of wood flying in the air and being hit by equipment, that kind of thing. It's a rule. You got to have a hard hat to be in a construction site. And you know what? And that's different. And you should be. You should have your helmet on. I wouldn't walk into a place like that if I don't have a helmet.
And when a motherfucker yells "heads up," you don't know what to fucking do. Yeah, don't look up. And don't run.
Definitely don't look up. Europe is in lockdown for a month, and hell is in the streets. Yeah, they're protesting the lockdown, right?
And
the
they
US
are
be
they
next?
are far. Their laws over there are 10 times worse than ours.
Yeah. Talk about restrictions. You want to see restrictions? I feel for them.
You know, when they first said, "Oh, it's only going to be for a few weeks." Okay, well, that's 2-3 weeks. Well, a couple is 2, a few is 3, possibly 4.
Yeah.
Oh, just tell the curve. Okay, well, here we are, over a fucking year later, just until the curve. Okay, I'm sure this curve has made 10 full circles and done bit itself in the ass by now. But can you go anywhere? Can you do anything? No.
Nope. Thanks, Rosie. You're welcome. My parents have master's degrees. In no way, shape, or form was I a rich, entitled college kid. Their money is their money. I was working, work studying, college bookstore. Yeah, a lot of these kids work part-time jobs or whatever they do. OnlyFans, to earn some money.
Yeah, the only rich college kids are. Oh well, my mummy is a 10 circuit court judge. Daddy's owns 3 law firms, and Grams. Oh, she's old money. So
Yeah. Yeah, those kind of kids do different kinds of things for spring break. You're not going to catch a lot of them in South Padre Island or Miami Beach. But I think COVID, the lockdown, probably had a lot to do with this. That cabin fever. You know what cabin fever is? You've just locked up so long indoors without going out and doing stuff. They're just letting loose, and it's going to happen again.
Oh, it will.
I was very
impressed. It might be worse than Florida.
I was very impressed with Jessica. Great candidate. Loved her. Yeah, I like Jessica. Jessica's cool people. You guys will get to know her tomorrow a little more. You guys saw her on the other show already, and I think she's been making the rounds the last few days. Who needs government oversight? I trust those Fortune 500 companies. They care about their customers more than making money. Ha! You're right. Sure they do. There's a lot of rich kids on the island from Mexico. That's true too. I was trying to tell some people that Texas is going to be bad. The island's going to be tied up this week and next for the last week of March, first week of April. You're talking about Easter, the Easter holiday, and it will get busy. Let's go on to the next topic here. Boy, too many things to talk about. I didn't want to stick to all politics. Well, let's talk about this little nugget of information. Boy, this is going to piss some people off. The Biden administration has awarded ICE $86 million to get hotel rooms for illegal families. Hotel rooms. $86 million for hotel rooms. Immigration and Customs Enforcement is securing hotel rooms to handle the growing influx of illegal families crossing into the United States. So you guys need to get a room in Brownsville on the island, for your weekend getaway. You may not be able to. A lot of these hotel rooms are sold out, and we're starting to find out why. The Biden administration has awarded ICE an almost $87 million contract for hotel rooms near the border to provide temporary shelter for processing services or families who have not been expelled from the United States, but have been placed in immigration proceedings for their removal. The contract, through Texas-based nonprofit company called Endeavors, provides 1,200 beds and other necessary services. The families will receive a comprehensive health assessment, including COVID-19 testing. So, who wants to tell us that there's no crisis and this situation is not a burden to the U.S.?
Oh, there's not a fucking crisis anywhere in this world. What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought I put this up there. This is No lie. Biden administration awards ICE 86. It's almost $87 million to get hotel rooms. I mean, do you guys see what's going on here with all this? I mean, you can't.
So ICE, which is an agency that took over, I can't even remember the old agency's name. This is the immigration something enforcement.
Yeah, immigration and customs enforcement.
Yes. So before, I can't even remember what they were called before. But so now, instead of enforcing immigration laws and policy, they're out getting hotels and dragging these people to hotels instead of shipping them back to their own country, which is what they should be doing.
Here, listen to this number. Around 7,000 migrant families were caught in January, compared to nearly 19,000 in February. Meanwhile, unaccompanied children, aka unaccompanied minors, caught crossing the southwest border, increased from 5,600 to almost 10,000 in February. Don't tell me this is not a crisis. This is a huge freaking problem.
Oh, but according to the Democrats, it's not a crisis. It's a humanitarian need. Okay, I get that some countries aren't as well off as we are, and some are third world countries. Got it, get it. Okay, whatever. Since when does that fall to us to fix some other fucking country? Once again, America being the Gladys Kravitz of the fucking world, we got to stick our nose in everybody's goddamn business, but cannot take care of our own fucking people first. That's what pisses me off about this fucking country.
I don't understand. We got so many veterans. These are people who fought for us in the army.
And they're homeless.
These are your families, your friends, your elders that went out there to Vietnam. Yes, some of them volunteered. Others were drafted. Doesn't matter. They were there.
Yeah, they mean absolutely nothing to our fucking government.
Yeah, and we're okay to just let them live under overpasses and in boxes in tents, cities. You know, where's the reform for that? You know, why do we got to put?
Well, there is no reform because that's not a crisis. There's not a need for that.
Why do we got to put trillions of dollars into?
I'm sorry. You know, for what we're doing and giving money for such stupid shit like sex research and another $86 million to house these immigrants that are illegals coming into this country and all this other billions of dollars we spent giving to other fucking countries. We could have gave everybody that is homeless a fucking house. Free and clear.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the fact that only $1,400 went to people that need it right now.
And
all this
people in fucking prison are getting this $1,400. They have no need for fucking money.
And that too. But all this trillions and billions of dollars that went to other countries. It's still mind-boggling. You know, and that's what President Trump was working to curb that. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying America first. You know what? If don't try to help somebody else's house until you can take care of your own house first. Once you got your own house in order, hey, you know what? It'll help the planet. Fine, I get
it. Then go be Gladys Kravitz of the fucking world. Stick your nose up their ass. Tell them how to do it.
Yes, Semana Santa. That's Holy Week coming up. Easter, big weekend, big weekend down here in the valley. Hilda willing, yeah, I get it. All of Monterrey's elite will be at the condos at SPI. Yes, they will. They got their condos that they only spend a few days out of the year at.
Why even have them then?
Just to have them because they can.
And entitled motherfuckers.
Hey, you know what? What people do with their own money, more power
to them. Karens.
Oh, and yes, I read that 86 million and the U.S. citizens get a measly 12 to 1400 bucks. Yep. How do you like them apples?
Not yet. The government does not care about Americans.
How do you like them apples? You see where all this is so off balance?
But yet, very, very few people see this. Very few people see this.
I've asked my daughter why all those veterans live under the underpass. She says they try to treat and help. She says they try get them help, but they don't want to be helped. And that's the case a lot of times. Their mental health is they don't know what
Not
they
there.
need.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. We were trying to help a guy. His name was Lloyd. He's passed away, so I can say his name now. Homeless veteran, lived on the streets. Actually, he got a pension, so he lived in motels. And he would pay. He got his decent pension and he would pay for a whole month at a time. Dude had diabetes. He had problems, incontinence, and he would soil the bed. Couldn't get treated. He didn't know, you know what? I'm sick. I should get treatment. He just wasn't there to do that. He needed assistance. He needed to be put in a place where they would take care of him.
Assisted living.
Like assisted living. And motel after motel, he kept getting kicked out for soiling the room, and mentally he wasn't there. He didn't know about you take a shower, you got to take a bath, and you got to wash yourself and do your laundry. That was just he was like a child, and it's very sad. I mean, he ended up passing away, but he had diabetes, and it was finally they got him some meds. He was in a hospital for a few days. They got the diabetes, or treating it. It was probably too late. And then he disappeared. We were looking for him, and then a police officer, I think in Harlingen, told us, yes, that he had passed away. That's sad, and that kind of crap happens every day. We got people here that need all this money. We need all this money to treat all these people. Why we can continue to send billions and billions to other countries without helping our own first is beyond me.
I mean, and what really sucks is people in Congress, the majority of them are old enough. I'm going to say that again, old enough to have seen the Vietnam War. They've seen these wars. They know that these people have gone and fought for their freedom. They know this. They've seen it first fucking hand. But yet they don't fucking care. Yep. It's like it was an entitlement for them.
Yeah, these things that these people did for us while at war was horrible. I mean, they're messed up in the head because of what happened out there at war. Yeah, we could talk about that for days and days.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was born at the latter end of the Vietnam War. So, I mean, I'm old enough or young enough or however you want to say it to remember government cheese programs.
And it was bad. People, they were coming back from the Vietnam War and they were attacked for being in the war. They were be called baby killers and all this crap.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, that government cheese, that was the best cheese I've ever had in my life. It was good fucking cheese.
If you wanted constipation, it was good cheese. Charles Atkinson, what's up, Manny? Sorry about Linda Roman Lopez coming on and asking you to give your opinion on me. Roman is sadistic. Not the first time he goes as a female blogger. He won't stop till he destroys. Well, you said it right there. For somebody who was asking who is it, or what the name is. There it is.
There it is.
And look who's there. Wow. Hi, Roman.
Hi, Roman.
Welcome. Thanks for watching.
Hi. I don't know you, but hi.
$25 million for the bridge to nowhere here in Brownsville, and we learned nothing from that. Roman is a Karen who plays the victim. The people who have had to deal with him know his unstable mental state. And if he doesn't like you, he goes out of his way to destroy you. So sad. Linda, Linda, Linda. Hope all you other people are watching this and putting two and two together here. I thought Mexico had agreed to hold back the caravan at their southern border. They folded. The U.S. failed to reinforce that front. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously with all the hotel we're getting now, I think the caravan has arrived and it's here. And they're letting it in.
And you saw them. They were coming over with shirts that said, Biden, let us in. And randomly interviewing these migrants and saying, oh, no, we were told if we came to the border, they would let us in. Like, who told them that? Who told them that? I mean, even the Biden administration, I don't think they ever came out and said that.
Well, that's when you look at them and go,
oh,
you were lied to. Turn around and go home.
So you know that they're getting bad information from somewhere. And the city doesn't address a group of poor individuals here in the city, those poor homeless people. That issue is not a priority. Yeah, and that's a problem. Then we're talking about panhandlers. That's come up also. How do you do with the panhandler? You know what? If it's somebody looking for food, legit hungry, and they need food, or they're barefoot, they need shoes, I got no problem going to buy a sandwich. Going to buy
I'll
lunch.
go to Wendy's and I'll buy like a burger and fries and a bottle of water, and then maybe I'll put like a $5 Wendy's gift card in there.
Yeah, but the reality is a lot of these people have a alcohol problem or a drug problem, and I'm not going to give cash. So instead of getting food, they're going to go and get a fix. So I'll buy you a sandwich if you're going to eat it. You want it? Yes. And I've done that a bunch of times, and they eat it. They're hungry.
Yep.
I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with the panhandlers looking for drug money. These young people who can work, and even the younger guys who they're trying to collect money for beer. It's like, come on, go get a job.
I roll up on some young kids that play the 5-gallon plastic buckets in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
And they're quite talented. And there's 4 or 5 of them sitting there doing it, and and once in a while, there'd be one singing or humming or whatnot, and I'll roll up on them and I'll be enjoying their music, and I'll reach in my wallet and pull out $100 bill, and I said, "Here, boys, split it between yourself."
Oh, that's cool. That's nice. I remember, and some of these kids, and they come over from Mexico. If you go to Mexico, you cross over the border, and you're waiting at the light, and everybody's struggling. They want money, but they don't want to beg for it all the time. They're putting on little juggling acts, or dancing or stuff, or playing instruments, and they're
right.
And it tugs at you, man. It's difficult. It's hard.
You got to be careful with those musicians, though, because I've seen some videos of some violin players, and they're faking.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And one of them, there was one that I seen, the girl who actually plays violin, and she went and got her violin out of her car, and she walked up on the guy and started playing with him, and she's watching. She goes, "You're faking it.
You're not even playing." Yeah.
Yeah, you're not even playing.
Yeah, so if you see people playing violins, chances are they're just the equivalent of lip syncing.
Yeah.
It's a recording playing it, and they're just doing to his emotion. They're lying. They're not musicians. It's just another scam.
And it's really sad too, because the violin is such a beautiful instrument.
Yeah, it is. There are homeless veterans that could use permanent shelter and a hot meal. Biden put country first. No, he wants to put everything else, every other country first.
Yeah, and especially China. Okay, just so you guys are aware, they call him China Biden, China, whatever. They have "belong to China" tattoo on his ass, I'm sure. But we really got to be extremely careful with what we let the government get away with.
Yeah, and China's gonna be a problem all of a sudden.
And China wants to rule this fucking world. They're like the next Hitler. So
and they make no bones about it. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, I know Texan is y'all down there. You love your firearms. I'm pro Second Amendment myself. I have quite a few firearms myself. So just watch the government.
Yep.
Don't turn a blind eye.
For those of you, I don't know, may not know the difference, Democrat, Republican. Democrat wants more government, more involvement. Republicans less government.
Well,
They don't want to be in your business.
Yeah, the Democrats are all about power hungry motherfuckers.
Democrats, free money, free this, free that. Republican side, the conservative side, learn how to make your own money. Let's help you learn how to start your own business and do that thing. Not just give you free money, free stuff. Y'all have a good show. Thank you. Our show is thriving. Roman had to be kicked out because he was hurting the show. It was voted on by all of us, and it was unanimous. Cruz, Monty, Joe, Myra, and I. That's what I understood. That drama is best at your pay, Charlie. Please don't ruin this show. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into all that. I mean, it needed to be discussed here and there, and I don't have a problem with that. But this is not going to be everyday fodder. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on it personally.
Keep doing what you do. Roman tried to get Manny to hate you, and that's why I came on and got your view a while back. I do remember that. I do remember you asking me about that. You are good people. Appreciate that. And you guys, don't let that happen again. What happened? Because that was terrible, man. RP was a good thing. It could have been a great page and a lot of good things happening with that. But yeah, not my monkey, not my circus, right?
I
get
like
it.
that.
Understood.
That's funny.
Understood. You know what else costs $86 million per each multi-purpose stealth fighter F-35, which turns out has numerous problems. Yeah, I read about that. That's messed up too. The technology that's available. I mean, there's even more high-powered technology that's available to us that's not even being used. I mean, the stuff that we've back engineered from some of these aircraft, UFO kind of things, it will blow your mind. The kind of things
I get, develop R&D. I get it. But once you develop something, if it doesn't work right, you got to go back to the R part of it and fix the D part of it. Yeah. Because otherwise you just wasted a shit ton of money that could have been used for something else. Yeah. And trust me, the shit, it does not grow on a printing press like the Democrats seem to think it does.
R is blocked from Real Politics and RGV Talk Live. He does not have control of anything anymore, and it kills him. You pass it on to Joe at his request is what I did. That's what I did. And now her and Cruz run it. Cruz is a good guy. I know Cruz didn't want any involvement in all this. Cruz is legit, a straight up good guy. Estelle says, mental health is what we need to focus on first for some of the homeless vets. They deserve the best for their dedication. Yeah, I agree.
They absolutely do.
Why it's not happening? God.
I mean, it just blows me away and I don't know if it's our government that doesn't care, but somebody out there does not care about them. If they did, they would be out there every fucking day, hunting them down, bringing them in, helping them out.
And I'm going to say this is not only a failure, not just of the Democrats, but also of the Republican side. How something is not being done about this on both parts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both parts are failing on this topic right here of homeless veterans. Look what's happening in California. Pelosi's district. Have you seen that place?
Oh, sweet Jesus. It's a fucking cesspool.
Yep. And it's happening all over the place. And it doesn't have to be like that. So collectively, it's a failure. Both sides, both parts, all parties, not one or the other only. This is a collective cluster, you know what?
But more so, I think the Democrats, because they are not creating bills to do anything about it, which is what their job is. And then it's the Senate's job, which is mostly Republicans, or was until the fuck up or whatever in Georgia happened, to put it into law and make it happen. So it's the Democrats, in my opinion, that's not doing anything about it, because their job is to write the law, vote on it, take it to the Senate, and then they vote on it and put it into law. And then it goes to the president to be signed. So, in my opinion, it's the House of Representatives fucking it up.
I mean, it's you know what? It's bipartisan. It's a collective effort. And it's failed on so many fronts. It's not even funny.
Oh, it has, because nobody wants to handle it. Nobody wants to do it. I mean, Nancy doesn't fucking care. She's got the biggest homeless people in her whole fucking district. I think 90% of her district is homeless. How
Her
the fuck she
district,
keeps winning every goddamn election? Oh, well, we
her
all know the answer to that.
Pelosi's and Maxine Waters, their districts are so much in shambles.
Well, they have
It's
the
embarrassing. I would be embarrassed if I was Maxine Waters. Yeah, that's my district. I wouldn't want to say that.
yeah. Well, they have warehouses filled with their ballots already filled out, signed up, and everything. They just drop them off, so that's how they keep getting in there. But I
Very
mean,
true.
you guys got to have more integrity than this. I mean, one would think that they got to have some sort of integrity left in them after being in there for so fucking long. It can't be sucked completely out of them.
You know, we had Chavez, who rose up to represent the farm workers and the farm workers union and all those laborers picking vegetables, and he got, he stood up for them. These homeless veterans, these homeless people, not all of them are veterans, but homeless people who need help, need somebody to freaking stand up for them and say, all right, hold on, wait a minute, let's take a look at what the heck is going on here. How are we going to fix this? And nobody's stepping up to the plate for them. It's sad. Very true. Everyone has gotten touched by COVID, depression. Depression sets in, and the results are times. Yeah, it is. It's affected a lot of people. It's affected a lot of us. You guys have lost your grandparents, your parents, uncles,
yeah, my sister turned into a raging alcoholic, and she died of alcohol poisoning.
United States has a problem taking care of its veterans since World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, Gulf War, and Afghanistan. Yeah, everyone. I mean, only recently there's been a rash of what is it, tunnel to towers, where they build homes for these homeless, or they pay their mortgage off, or they'll build them homes.
Yeah, for first responders.
Yeah,
or for soldiers that don't come home.
Yeah, the soldiers that die and their families are left without a husband, without the money.
Yep, I send them money monthly.
Okay, let's discuss. I will say, having been at the receiving end of producer when nature they really hate, now it's time to. Yep, yeah, I know. I'll still entertain a comments, and that's cool. I get it. VA, we're good. Trust me, VA. People are using drugs to self-medicate because there are no affordable and effective treatments. Oregon has legalized all drugs. Is this where the U.S. is going to be headed overall? I don't know about overall. But marijuana is definitely that should just be. It should be legalized, period. I mean, I know they're leaving it state to state to handle their own affairs. But so much revenue that can be made from that. Why aren't they doing it? I think it's time. Screw it. It's already time. It's time. I may be the minority, but I don't believe that all the drama RGV created. And now back to our regular program. Okay. I was the Republican Party that maintained a conservative professional attitude. The loud, selfish, radical Republicans are taking over the true GOP. So sad Marjorie Greene is your leadership. Yeah, I get that. She had quite a bit to say. Here we go again. Calm down, VA. It's cool. Don't worry. The middle voters won this election. Conservative Democrats, moderates, and liberal Republicans gave us Biden. If Trump shuts the F up, he wins. There was a vote against. Yeah, and I know people, but you know what? Again, you got to get over it, man. So he tweets a lot, or he tweets stuff.
Yeah, his fingers go without checking with his brain first, kind of like the same thing with his mouth. But he was a great president. He was a good president. He cared about America. The only problem is America hated him so fucking much because he was not a politician.
Yeah. And I get it. The tweets, yes, I could have done without a lot of the tweets. I get it. I'm there too. But
he called Nancy crazy Nancy.
He did so much more good for this country.
He really did.
That you can overlook the tweet. You don't like tweets? All right. Well, don't read his tweets then. You just move on with your day. Don't freak out. And now you're talking about his one tweet or these tweets the whole week, your whole week. Just get over it. Move on. It's a tweet.
Like my friend Kim, she tells me because I was on one of her shows one day, and I made a comment about Nancy, and she goes, "Why give her the power? If you wake up and you think about her, or if you think about a certain person, you're giving them the power. That is your God. If this is the person that you dwell on and think about constantly, that is your God. That person has power over you. Why are you letting this person have that kind of power?" So all these people Trump had power over because they hated him so fucking much they could not stop thinking about him. Oh, we got to get rid of Trump. Trump's bad. Trump's bad. Trump's bad. No, Trump's not bad. You're the well,
I
whatever.
know, and they were trying to throw these scandals at him, but guess what? Nothing stuck.
Yeah,
Did he pay somebody off maybe to keep quiet and go away? Maybe. I don't care. So much good was coming out of that administration that, that's stuff that happened before he was president. I don't care about.
yeah, but the people that hate him so much could not see what the good he was doing. All they seen was hate.
Oh, yeah,
Which
don't need that kind of talk.
hey, Rebecca,
Hi, Rebecca. Welcome.
which kind of makes them Hitler because Hitler hated everything so much.
Yeah. You know what? Just people didn't like Trump from the get-go because of his TV. What was that TV show he had?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice.
Oh, that and
Great show.
I heard that Trump was running around grabbing women's female parts.
Yeah. Again,
Who cares? Did you actually see it? Did you witness it?
I mean, if you want to hold him to that standard of that kind of locker room talk, then you know what? Then you better round up every other freaking male, Republican or Democrat, whatever, and fire everybody because they all do it. And you know what? You women do it too. Don't act like you don't say stuff between yourselves.
I've been in on some of your girl talks. I know what y'all talk about. Oh, maybe not the older generation, but
Everybody does it, and when they think they're in private, everybody does it. They talk. You make their crude comments. Women do it too. People are people, man. People, you do stuff. And you say things in the confidence of a private location.
And your friends. Just remember, what is your friend today may not be your friend tomorrow. So be careful what you tell your friend.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, hypocrite. Don't want to be that. That's why I say I'm not an angel 100% of the time. I try to live a decent life now. And yeah, I made mistakes in the past. And you know what? If you try to learn from them and not do them again, that'll make you a better person. Try to be a good guy. So, but still, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. So, and I'm not going to say that I never had that kind of talk before or similar or whatever. Guys do it. And women do it too. He banked on evangelicals when the election. He thought throwing out God. Yeah, didn't. Nope. Yeah, that's actually true. You're right. In hindsight, it was all about the delivery. Yeah. And some people like the straight talk, and some people didn't like hearing the truth. And those that don't like to hear the truth or don't like it for a reason.
Yeah, there's usually a reason why people don't want to hear the truth.
Keep up the good work, Manny. Bam, you're all awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oscar. Last piece of legalization to address veterans was the Veterans Access to Care Through Choice, Accountability, and Transparency Act, a bill providing the Department of Veterans Affairs the resources to improve access to quality care. And from what I understand, it improved. The wait times went down. The red tape went down. It's just still not enough. There's so many people that are needing help.
If I remember correctly, Obama did something with this. I think Obama did that.
Well, he tried to start the process to clean up the veterans' health care.
Yeah, I know he was doing something with it.
Yeah. And so at some point he was getting that started, but never got started. There was talk of it, And it wasn't until Trump got into office where he made those changes and he fired a crap ton of people
That's really
and
what it was.
made
Obama. Well,
made those, made those radical
most
changes.
Democrats are all talk.
Trump might have been rough around the edges, but he did get things done. He did. I know people just don't look at it. They want to avoid all the good stuff that he did. Quick question: do you believe Trump lost the election, or do you believe he's still your president? Well, on paper, I guess he lost. Until something radical happens, which at this point I don't see it happening. Even if there is evidence, I don't see that they would ever overturn that or start a whole other election or whatever they're going to do.
Oh, they won't do a re-election over again because the Democrats are happy they got what they wanted. They got Mr. Puppet in there.
And like I said before, come hell or high water, whatever the Democratic or the left side has to do, however radical it is, they don't care. They're going to do it, and they're moving forward to make sure Trump is gone.
Look how many times Nancy tried to impeach him just so he could not get back and hold a federal office ever again.
They're going to lie and cheat and steal for it to happen, and guess what? They did it, and nobody stopped them. The courts wouldn't stop them. The judges wouldn't stop them, and they let them do whatever the hell they wanted to do.
That's because the Democrats have too much fucking power. We have too much government.
They have big bucks backing them. In Mr. George Soros, that's one of the people.
Well, it's kind of like MLB and Antifa and everything. They quit showing up at rallies and outings. Well, they quit. They're not being paid anymore, so why show up?
Oh, you mean BLM?
What'd I say?
MLB baseball. MLB is baseball. Black Lives Matter. Yeah, he didn't win the popularity contest, but he followed through. You're right. People again. This all goes back to you had a guy who told it like it was. He didn't sugarcoat it. He said like it was. What are we doing with the Paris Accord? What? Why are we in there? We're donating all this. We're giving all this money. That's all that we're doing is giving all this money. What are we getting out of it? Nothing. Let's pull out of it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And just like we left WHO or HOW or whatever.
What are we getting out of the World Health Organization? WHO. Who? It's called WHO. What are we getting out of that?
We're not getting fucking nothing, but boy, we're giving them $100 billion a fucking year.
Billions and billions from our part to them. And what is the United States getting out of it?
Not a fucking thing.
We're out of that.
Trump actually did cut the budget while he was in office, which is kind of fucking amazing, actually.
And say what you want. He was one of the only people who got in office who lost money and didn't become a millionaire.
Yeah.
He was already a billionaire, and he lost money. He lost some of his fortune being president. You can't say that about any other president ever at all.
That and he's, what do you mean? Germany hasn't paid us in how long for our presence to hold back Russia? Okay, well, let's start leaving Germany.
Yeah. We help Japan. We protect Japan. We protect Korea. What are we getting for it? Nothing? All right, well, here's the bill.
Exactly.
What? You can't pay? Well, then I'm sorry, but arrangement is going to be different. It's going to have to change. And guess what? We started getting paid.
Oh,
is that wrong? Why is that wrong?
The country is actually making money. It's creating a product and making money. What a concept.
I don't want to state the case all over again on why Trump should still be there or should have been elected, because now that's water under the bridge. But
get me off of politics.
Right? Obama.
We got one more politics.
Obama, not Trump, signed the bill in 2014. Yeah, but Trump really made the shit happen, made the things happen when he was in office. I believe, as someone once said, maybe the people he surrounded himself with. Yeah, definitely true. Some of the people he had around him early on, not the best choice. And you know what? That goes along with the whole experience factor. He's not a politician. He thought he was getting the right people in there, but he's not a politician. So it was a trial and error. Let me try this person. Let me try that. Let me try this. So I give you that. Manny and Bama will have your back. As for Bam, I can relate to you a lot, except for the colorful words.
Think of my colorful words as, when I say the MF, why don't you think of it as flying cow? I don't know.
I want Trump to run in 2024.
I do too, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Otherwise, it'll be an easy win for the Democrats. Yeah, I don't know if Trump is the person for that. There might be
maybe
somebody
not
else
Donald, but maybe one of the other Trumps,
Junior,
like Don Jr.
Maybe. I like the colorful words. Call a spade. Maybe that's just me. I get you. Oh my God, VW, you are a liberal. Snap out of it. Gerrymandering and voter restrictions were favored Republican elections. Have favored Republican elections. I don't believe that. Show me the evidence of that. What's a voter restriction? How were? Okay, this is the other thing. Voter ID. Why is that wrong? Tell me. Somebody explain to me, why is voter ID wrong? What is that? You have to show your ID to get a ballot and vote.
Yeah, I mean, I have to show my ID to buy alcohol.
Why is that a bad thing? Somebody got something for me? Why is voter ID bad?
I mean, if anything, it just proves that you voted and voted once.
I don't say them like he does, is what I'm saying. Hi, we get you. Sorry, just a moment of weakness. Oh, stop, VA. Basic economics and history. Trump's tariffs cost the American taxpayers money. Money gets taken from different places and used everywhere else, and somehow it still evens itself out. So what might have cost a little more over here was saved by cash that we no longer waste over here. Like in all these agreements he got us out of. Look at the Mexico thing, NAFTA. Remember that?
God, that was the worst fucking thing ever created.
Horrible deal for the U.S. But what did he do? He fixed it. He changed it.
And he went in there and did what should have been done. It should have been ripped up before it was even signed.
And he didn't make it unfair for Mexico. He just made it more fair for us. He didn't abuse Mexico or Canada. He just leveled the playing field. Why should we take the abuse and get the short end of the stick? I don't believe voter ID is bad. I just think it's a good thing. Yeah, it is a good thing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Of all the things to have to show your ID for, why not to vote? Is that so mind-blowing of a concept? I don't think it is.
Yeah, well, when I went to vote, they're like, oh, we don't need your ID. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, we just need you to sign right here and we verify the signature. I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. And this was the voter before I voted for Trump. This was like the primaries.
Yeah.
And
going to wrap it up soon here, by the way.
Yeah. And I looked at my ballot and I'm like, my ballot's broke. And they said, what do you mean it's broke? I said, there's only Republicans on here. There's not one Democrat on here. I said, now, contrary to public opinion, not all Democrats are bad. There might be one or two worth of shit. And she goes, oh, well, in this state, you either vote Republican or Democrat. You get to vote for both when the big election comes. I'm like, that's a crock of shit.
Yeah. Yep. Off topic. Took a nap, woke up because I bit my tongue. Crunchy. Oh, tasty. Did you make yourself bleed? Voter ID is right. Blocking mail-in ballots and absentee voting is wrong. One mailbox per county. Very wrong. I agree.
Especially if it's a huge fucking county.
Right? I thought Trump and Republicans lost because more Republicans died of COVID. They were elderly. Ha ha, that's funny. 65% of the vote. No, that's not why. That's not why, believe it or not. Voting should be free. It is free. It's free.
Voting should be fun.
You gotta show your ID. And people who can't afford it, I say, okay, people can't afford IDs. Like, that's baloney. I don't buy that for a minute. And even if they
I
can't
don't
not
buy it for
afford
a
it,
minute either.
even if they can afford it, they cannot afford it. There's ways that they can get it without having to pay any cash for it. They get a special card. That's true. I personally think everyone in this country should have some kind of ID.
Oh, I do too.
If you don't have a driver's license, okay, just have an ID
Yeah.
from your state.
Yeah, and illegals probably should not have driver's licenses, but they should have an ID.
I mean, true illegal immigrants, if you want to call them immigrants, undocumented, whatever the hell you want to call them, if they're here illegally, they got no business having a driver's license.
Yeah.
Plain
But
simple.
boy, our states hand them out like fucking candy.
I know Illinois does already, I believe.
Yeah.
Why does that make sense? It doesn't. It does not. NAFTA stands for Bill Clinton to Monica. Another afternoon. Yeah, okay. That's a little crude there, buddy. Not that you're wrong. We should have same day registration.
Abel, I love it.
Same day registration and vote.
That's wrong.
I don't think that would work. You know how overloaded the system would get? You would have to have
But they
perfect
made that Nancy,
computer system, and all of that would have to be perfect, and that's not going to happen.
Nancy wants that. She's pushing for it.
No way. You vote ahead. You register ahead of time is what you got to do. You get people registered. Make it easier to register.
Well, that's so they can vet you and prove that you're a fucking U.S. citizen. Same day voting, you can't prove you're a citizen.
Register to vote. And you're not sure? Then register again. That's no harm in doing that. Register to vote. There were a couple of years where I didn't know. I thought you had to register every single time.
Nope. Only
you
if you
don't.
move.
Yeah, you only have to register one time, unless you move out of state. So it's not a bad thing. Voter ID, yes, 100%. You need ID to get food stamps, if I'm not mistaken.
You need an ID to
And
go to
you
the
sign
bank
up
and
for
take out a loan. You need an
public
ID to buy a
services.
car. You need an ID for 90% of everything in this fucking world.
You need an ID to get a library card, I think.
Yeah, I think you do.
So something as important as voting should have a freaking ID required.
Not according to the Democrats. They don't care who you are. They don't care if you're a citizen or not. You get to vote.
It isn't. It makes perfect sense. Yep. Right. Rosie, Mr. Manny, Mr. Band, it's been a real treat like your show. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye. Good night, Rosie.
Good night, Rosie.
And yeah, we will start to wrap it up here. We're over the 2 hour mark, going on 2.5. Manny, where are you registered to vote? Texas. I live here. I just travel a lot. That's all. But I'm registered in Texas.
Yeah. So can we get to that picture?
Oh, we got a picture.
We do. This gets under my skin.
You guys see this?
This gets under my skin.
Okay, the entire Georgetown College basketball team kneels for the national anthem. What happened next? They lost by 23 points.
Which is good. But personally...
Is that instant karma or what?
Personally, I think if you're going to kneel and disrespect the national anthem, you shouldn't play. But when your whole entire team does it, it should be an automatic forfeit.
Yeah, you know what happened? Why they lost? You know why they lost? Putting so much attention on them kneeling instead of focusing on strategy and playing the game and winning the game. The politics have taken over.
Yep, they wanted to make a statement. They made a fucking statement, all right.
Yeah, the statement was they lost by 23 points.
Yeah, I have an issue with players that do that. I mean, if you're going to disrespect the national anthem or the country that bad, you shouldn't play. And if you don't like the country, pack it up and get the fuck out.
I'd like to ask each and every single one of them, why did you kneel? Just tell me your answer. Why did you kneel? And see how that went.
Oh, well, because Billy Bob Ray Thornton over here wanted to kneel, and his friend Terry thought it was a good idea, and his friend Mark thought it would be a good idea, and it just kind of escalated from there.
It's a crock of horse manure. Should everyone be automatically be registered to vote?
No.
I don't know about automatically. I think you should still have to go somewhere. You got to present some kind of proof. You have to go and prove that you're a legit human being, alive, not dead. That kind of thing. So it shouldn't be automatic.
And make sure you're not Mickey Mouse up there voting, because
They can make it
that's happened.
easier. They can make it easier, like when you go to get your renew your driver's license. Would you like to vote? Yep, check the box here, and they'll register you there. That's cool. You're gonna buy, anything like that. You got to go to government services for something. While you're at it, you want to register? Yes, done. You must show a valid form of ID to get SNAP EBT card. See, you need that. You need an ID. Everybody needs an ID. Federal elections across the 50 states and territories should have a single uniform process. State and local should be according. Yes. Hallelujah.
I totally agree, Ozzy. Federal elections should have federal rules, clear-cut fucking process.
Yep.
State elections have, well, it's your state. You make up your own rules for each and every state. But federal election, president, things like that, federal guidelines, federal rules cannot be changed. Only the federal government changes it. Or done deal. Set in stone.
Federal elections? Okay, yep. Federal election teams are going out to all the major areas and setting up shop. They're all on the same page. Comes from Uncle Sam. And that's done. Municipal cities can have their own things going on, and they somewhat should be on the same page too, with some kind of system. First Amendment, what about it? Man, you see how Linda never responded? Stupid Roman tricks are for kids. See?
I've seen that.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of noticed it.
What is sad now, we have to wait and see what other names he's using. Bring it later on, Manny. Good show. Have a good night, Charlie. But you guys were not wrong. Manny Bam, I have to go. Med's kicking in already. I'll finish watching tomorrow. Good night. Now we're going to wrap it up too here. We thank you everyone for hanging in. Me too. Got a thesis to finish. Oh, cool. Get that done.
Yeah.
Reading is fundamental. Yeah, please study and do whatever you got to do there. Why don't we bring back the poll tax or literacy test for voting? How about grandfathered in too? Literacy test. See, that's dangerous.
Yeah, and we're taxed enough, so we really don't need a poll tax, because in the state of Illinois here, they are contemplating leaving the state of Illinois tax.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, and they are bringing back the death tax. So if you die, your survivors has to pay a tax for you to die.
That's wrong on so many levels.
Well, they're bringing it back because this state is so fucked up in the head and run by so many goddamn Democrats. They've run it right into the ground.
Literacy test, you could never come up with something that everyone would agree upon. You can't do that.
And you can't blame the Republicans here, because we've never had one.
Yeah.
It's always been Democrats throughout the history in the state of Illinois. So you can't blame the Republicans, because we don't have any.
No, that's not going to happen. Sometimes you learn so much just from listening. Ain't that right, huh?
This is true.
Sometimes you got to listen, man.
Yeah, I might open.
It helps to listen.
It opens the ears, opens the heart, opens the mind.
I mean, and listen, not just hear. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
With your heart, with everything you got, you listen to people. And talking it out and listening to people, you understand each other.
I remember I was in high school once, and my teacher says, do you hear me? I said, yeah, I hear you, but I'm not listening to you. Yeah, I told my teacher that. She didn't like it.
Well, on the trace IP, he'll see how way off you were. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not. And if I'm wrong, well, you know what? Tell me I am somehow. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Seriously, for real. Because if I am wrong, I want to know, and I want to be able to justify it.
Yep, and I've known Manny over here for several years, and if he's wrong, he'll eat crow.
If I'm wrong, you say I'm wrong, then tell me, show me. I'm a big believer in show me the evidence.
You be well too, Linda. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are 2 hours and 25 minutes in. Great discussion. Awesome discussion tonight. Pass it around, forward it. We still have a few subscribers short of 100 on YouTube. So please give us a subscribe on YouTube.
Yep.
Just look for Manny Behind the Mic on YouTube, and you'll see that there. Give us a subscribe, and so we can do the things that we need to do there. And if you haven't liked my page yet, please give it a like. Facebook.com/Manny Behind the Mic, MIC. And pass it around to your friends. Invite some people to watch. It's fun. It's a fun time. That's why we keep freaking going over the 2 hour mark. It's hard to cut it at an hour.
One planet, one people.
Good night, everybody. Have a great Sunday. Have a great week coming up. And we look forward to seeing you for these interviews we got coming up. And we will be in touch tomorrow. Have a good night.
Hasta luego.